Hi, my name is Blair and welcome to the first episode of Adelaide H-D Rides. We'd like to take the opportunity to introduce Lee, and Lee's got a couple of bikes that he purchased through us, a 2016 Breakout in hard candy and a 2020 Road Glide S as a Patriot bike. Lee's got an amazing story, he's doing plenty of Ks and certainly living that dream, so thanks for joining us, Lee.
No, pleasure, thanks for having me.
So Lee, tell us a bit about your motorcycle journey and your introduction to the Harley Davidson brand.
Yeah, sure. Look, the cliched always wanted a Harley from a young boy, and just didn't get around to it, I guess. And then eventually, I think 2013, eventually got my motorbike license. Did my motorbike apprenticeship, as you'd call it, on a Kawasaki Ninja, zipping around for a while. And then 2016, I think it was, I was sat at home looking at Facebook, and up popped a picture of your shop and second-hand bikes for sale, and I thought, I'm going to come down, I'm going to have a look at this shop. I'd never been into bike works. So drove down on a Saturday morning. Full intention, I was after a second-hand softie, black and chrome, and that's dead set what I thought I was going to get. And so I came down, walked into the old shop just down the road, and walked in there and was having a bit of a look around, and Mark, salesman, started speaking to me, asked what I was interested in. I said, chasing a second-hand softie, just something, never had a Harley, just sort of a beginner's bike. And said, yeah, we can probably do that, but have you seen these Breakouts? And I said, no, what are they? And he said, oh, great looking bike, have a look at this. And so we had a look at a couple of Breakouts on the showroom floor, and then he said, oh, what colour are you after? And I said, oh, black chrome, that's what I've always wanted a traditional Harley. He said, yeah, we've got this red one though, you might want to have a look at. And that was it, he showed me the red Breakout, which is sat behind us. And an hour later, I was the proud owner of it, and that set me off. That was the bar-getted bit, and then I was off. We set about, I guess, customising it, getting it to the way I wanted to look, and then just hitting the road. It was all about getting out on the road and hitting the streets, going out in the hills, discovering pubs and bakeries and coffee shops and all that, and just enjoying the road. Sunday mornings, waking up, going for a coffee and a bakery right up to Harndorf, and then out to Strathalbyn, out to Sedan. There was no limit on where I'd go and what I'd want to do. It was just great being free and out there. Yeah, so really bit the bug and got out there.
Awesome.
So that was the first bike, yeah.
Good. We see since you were introduced to the brand that you've been averaging about 20,000 kilometres a year. Obviously, when you bought the Road Glide S, did you envisage that you were going to do this amount of Ks and the friendships you were going to make along the way? No,
and I never knew, I guess, previously, before buying the Harley, didn't really know what I was getting into, and there was no sort of knowledge of the brand or the lifestyle or the environment. Just know I wanted to give it a go and ride a Harley. But what then I became aware of after it was the lifestyle and the community of people that ride Harleys. And wherever you go, you can always talk to people and find people to talk to about Harleys, help out, talk, and the adventures on the roads. Yeah.
So with all those kilometres under your belt, and we know that you've just come back from another trip to Darwin with friends, yeah. What's your next plan and for a ride, and also, can you see any other bikes coming into the collection?
Yeah, a couple of answers there. Yes, I'm already thinking of what the third bike would. I keep backing myself into a corner and buying bikes that I can't bring myself to get rid of, so there might be a third one or a bigger shed needed before I get to that. But yeah, just recently got back from a trip up to Darwin, probably the longest trip, spent about 18 or 19 days on the road with a group of friends, had an absolute great time, and just the memories from that, being on the open road, dropping into quirky little pubs and having a weird meal, barra and steak at the Daily Waters and stuff like that. Yeah. They're memories that, to me, that'll last forever. Yeah. The camaraderie. But yes, I'm already planning another trip over to Tasmania early next year, so I'm already sort of booked my annual leave. I've got 2.5 weeks off, so I'll be over to Tasmania. Kilometres, yeah, I love burning up the kilometres. Both these bikes are sitting at about 50,000 now. And that's over, the Breakout, I think I did 45 in 3 years. And don't get me wrong, I love the long rides on that one, but I just wanted a bit more comfort, the cruise control, the bags, the music, listening to music. Nothing better than being on an open road, listening to the stereo going full pearl.
Something I'm really proud of is being part of the dealer network, so how have you found exploring the country and visiting new dealers and meeting those people along the way?
Yeah, and I guess that's something we all do when we travel, is make sure we drop into the local dealers and networks and that. went straight up to Hidden Valley in Darwin, and it was just like walking into another friendly family shop. You know, they welcomed me, talked to me. You know, obviously they knew you, and they looked after us. Got my poker chip, got my t-shirt, and yeah, you do that wherever you go. You always find a local Harley dealer and jump in there and say g'day. So great network, and they're always willing to help. Some of the stories from some of the other guys that went up there for that trip and needed support and got it, and the local dealer up there couldn't do enough to, you know, help out and bend. Same as when you come in here, the boys here look after you, make sure you're happy, and give you the best advice too. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, we'd really like to thank you for being a fantastic customer and a supporter of the brand. We really think that people like yourself really just emulate everything that is Harley Davidson, and it's awesome to have you coming through and, like I say, ripping out Ks. It's one thing to own a bike, it's another thing to actually do the kilometres. So congratulations and thanks for coming through.
Thank you, been a pleasure, and I'll keep clocking up the Ks.
Good on you, mate.